So this new strain of COVID, what's a viral threat, and is this one?
Right now the numbers are still so low for this new variant that it's not an imminent threat. But because it does have some of the characteristic mutations that could make it a threat in the future, it's one we're definitely watching. And so that's why when we saw it pop up in Louisiana, we wanted to let people know.
Did Delta start out with numbers this low and then started to grow, or did it kind of come on hard?
Delta came on a lot quicker. We started seeing a few, some low numbers for Delta, and then within a matter of weeks, it really took over just because there's some mutations in it that make it so transmissible. This new variant doesn't have those mutations, so it's interesting to see what'll happen with it in the background of Delta being so transmissible.
I guess only the number was 79 since it's first discovered in March.
79 in the U.S.
How are those 79 doing?
We don't have that data, but that's, we provide all of our information back to the Louisiana Department of Health. So for the cases that have been in Louisiana, they're definitely looking at that. We have to watch anything that pops up, especially because Delta is so dominant. Anything that pops up in spite of that, we've got to keep an eye on. So right now, I think it's a very low risk, but we're definitely watching, and we're watching every time we sequence every single sample. We're looking at what virus, what variant, what strain it is to make sure we keep an eye on what's happening in our state.
How many of these are there? How many little offshoots, little strains? I would think there could be thousands.
Infinity, yes. The virus that causes COVID-19 is a very large RNA virus. So it's prone to making these mistakes that cause these variants and strains to pop up. So there's an infinite number of combinations. Most of the combinations will be bad for the virus, so they won't survive. But we're going to continue to see variants pop up as long as we have large-scale transmission like what we have currently.
We're coming into the holidays. People are going home for Thanksgiving. They're going to go home for Christmas. Could we see an explosion with this particular variant after we have, a holiday season?
It's always possible, but without having the other mutations that would cause it to be more highly transmissible than Delta, I don't think that's going to be likely. But we're going to keep an eye on it because with holiday travel, that's how we get these new strains and variants spread across the U.S., including here in Louisiana. So we're watching it very closely.
Does it seem to be on the wane to you right now? Are you optimistically looking at 2022?
Cautiously optimistic, but, I think until we hit a high enough level with our vaccinations, we're going to continue to see these waves and, just hoping and praying that they'll be smaller than this fourth wave, which was really high.